Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday, August 25, 2023. I got MC Kode on the internet with us right now. Kode, what's up, man?
Grand Rising, brother. We out here looking for the answer.
Oh, yeah. So,
we out here drinking Warhead Four Locos. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a connoisseur of fine beverages.
Yeah.
We need a sponsorship deal for Warhead and Four Loco. Four Loco, give us a sponsorship deal. We need that. What we talking about? But we out here looking for the answer, man.
Well,
examining society.
Mr. Kode, check this out, man. We've been online for over 30 minutes, and I found this article, and you told me about the mugshot by Donald Trump. So I found an article. This was published on August 25, 2023, which is today, and it says, Donald Trump's social media calls bullshit on his booking stats. Ain't buying 45's height or weight. All right, so check it out, y'all. Donald Trump's now infamous mugshot was not only the hot topic burning up the internet Thursday. There was a huge debate over 45's physical attributes on his booking form. As everyone already knows, the ex-POTUS surrendered to authorities at the Fulton County Jail last night after he was criminally indicted for illegally trying to subvert the results of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. So it shows the picture here of the details. Okay, now so that's the Trump booking sheet. We're going to skip that. It says DT posed for his scowling mugshot, which was then beamed around the world. Then something else caught the public eye. On his booking sheet. Trump's hair was described as blonde or strawberry, and his height and weight were listed as 6'3" and 215 pounds. Many people, mostly on the left, weren't buying DT's physical description and took to X, the social media platform formerly known as Twitter, to weigh in on the matter. So it shows a picture of all these tweets from X. They call it X now. It says
Phil. Twitter now. It's X because Elon is fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know what Elon is, but Elon's Elon. Let's do that.
Oh, by the way, y'all, this article is on TMZ.com. Shout out to TMZ. Okay. It says,
if Harvey Levin genuinely says some shit before you keep going, right? Like, if Harvey Levin genuinely says some shit, brother, like, I genuinely find it to be consistent with what we regard as the truth. So if Harvey Levin is saying that there might be a discrepancy in these pictures, and I'm saying that there's a discrepancy in these pictures, it could be true, bro. It could be true.
I think you got something, Kode, because that's exactly why. That's what you said when you called me. You told me about the mugshot. First thing you brought up was Donald Trump's, this and that, and that's why I went over this. That's why I'm going over this, y'all, because there's a little bit more though. It says film director Rob Reiner wrote 215 pounds. No fucking way. Democratic strategist Sarah Hackett insisted there is zero chance Trump is 6'3" and 215 pounds. You know what? That's crazy.
Yeah, if Rob Reiner is saying, dude, if people are saying these things are inconsistent and there's inconsistency, the devil's in the details, yo. And they're letting you know that's not him, bro.
You're right. You know what? You were right, man. You were right. Your discrepancy was potentially correct because I'm just now reading this. I didn't know this. Like you're the first person to say something about it. And when I actually saw the picture, I actually questioned myself too. I was like, he's 6'3", and I was like, he's 215 pounds, and I was like, I'm like, that's his mugshot for real. I'm like, he really. I was like, I was believing it. But wow. Now it says, oh, there's more. It says NFL reporter Scott Kaczmar posted a side-by-side photo comparison of chubby Trump and muscled football star Larry Fitzgerald. each with nearly the same physical characteristics. The caption read, "Like hell." So ABC News noted Trump's height and weight pre-reported to the jail to speed up the booking process, giving skeptics even more ammo to think the numbers don't add up. Whatever the case, Trump has made history once again.
So, I don't say the devil's name in my household. Like, I take that seriously. 45 is what I refer to him, or I say FDT, like Nipsey, right? So here's these things: is even if that's not him, and they're using AI or they're doing something wild with it, they're not gonna penalize him. And how I know he's gonna get off, most likely, is he is got the same attorney as Gunner.
Oh, by the way, y'all, the article that I came upon before Kode told me about the mugshot was posted on August 24th on TMZ. So I'm going to read this one. This is a short article. This is the one that I previously read. It's been updated now. Y'all just heard the updated version of this story that I'm about to read. But I'm going to go over this because this is what got my attention to think that something was wrong about the height and I didn't notice the hair or anything, but I do notice the hair is extra blonde now. It's way different color.
And the saturation on the picture, that's what that's called. The saturation on the picture's off. That's the first thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
And let me explain a little bit about my background. I was working with a designer for a while, of the better part of a decade. And he freaking, how do you say it? He is, how can you say it? He is, sorry, apologies. The dude freaking is one of the best designers, dude. Like, top tier designers, been a good designer in Phoenix for a while, things of this nature, all the shit, right? The dude freaking helped me learn about design. He was trying to teach me Photoshop. I didn't have the patience to learn it, right? But he kind of pulled the curtain back on me and taught me all these things, right? About looking at images and things of this. I'm looking for a tool to see if something's AI rendered, even though by the time we find that tool, we're never going to know. We're not going to know.
Here's an update.
The point is, they're not going to do anything.
I know. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Here's an update. 6:32 p.m. Pacific time. Donald Trump has already taken his infamous mugshot and turned it into political fire, because he shared the meme-faced mug on his social media as a means of campaign promotion. What's more, his Instagram post, shared not long after his mugshot was released, draw folks to his campaign site, where the photo also lives. On his websites, he writes about being arrested at the notoriously violent jail in Fulton County. Despite, in his words, committing no crime, he says, he walked out of the lion's den and is asking his supporters to donate to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House and save America. Donald Trump's Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep going. I apologize.
Okay. It's a little bit more. Okay, Donald Trump's now the first former U.S. president to get his mugshot taken, as he's been booked for the 13 counts he's facing in Georgia for illegally interfering in 2020 election results in that state. Trump had a defiant look on his face with his chin down for the historic photo. The former prez surrendered Thursday evening at Fulton County Jail, where he was processed like any other alleged criminal. Fingerprints, mugshot and then promptly released after posting a $200,000 bond. The whole process took less than 20 minutes, and according to Trump's booking info, he stands 6'3" and is currently tipping the scales at 215 pounds. Whew. He drew quite the spectacle. TVs, cameras followed his motorcade from helicopters in the air and vehicles training all on the ground as he made his way to and from his private jet at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Before taking off, Trump briefly spoke to reporters on the tarmac and derided not just the indictment, but the fact he had to go through the whole booking process. Although he's facing several other criminal cases, this is the first time he's been forced to take a mugshot. The Trump stands accused of engaging in organized crime activity for the purpose of overturning the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia. The indictment also charged 18 alleged co-conspirators, including Rudy Giuliani and Trump's former White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows, both of whom have already surrendered and had their mugshots taken. Trump's...
Look, you're looking for... No, keep going. I apologize. It's so much to say. This is how my mind works. I apologize.
We got a few more. We got a few more lines, and we're done. We got a few more lines right here. Here it is. Trump's surrender comes about 24 hours after the first debate for GOP presidential candidates, which Trump did not attend. As we reported, a Fulton County grand jury indicted Trump on 13 accounts earlier this month, including RICO, racketeering, influenced, and corrupt organization charges. In addition to the Georgia case, Trump has 3 other criminal cases currently pending, one in New York State for an alleged hush money payment to Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election, a federal case tied to his classified document scandal after leaving office, and another federal case pertaining to his alleged efforts to undermine the 2020 election with his actions on, before, and after January 6th. And this article was originally published at 5:42 p.m. Pacific time of August 24th. So this was updated on 5:42 p.m. Pacific time on August 24th. But yeah, that's it for the story. So yeah, Code Red, how did you suspect that? How did you know that when you first seen the photo, the mugshot?
Again, I was trained by a specialized individual in Photoshop design, and the saturation on that looks over. We now know that AI is a thing. We now know that AI has been used to do things. We now know that holograms of people have been shown. We now know that comedian Monique said, I don't know what they're doing out here, but all I know is I got a fat neck. So if you see me in a video call and I don't got a fat neck, it's not me. If something's different in the photo, anything's different, something wrong with that photo. Something wrong. And so when I looked at it, because I've been watching this high-profile case, because RICO law is something serious. If it was one of us, we'd be underneath the fucking jail right now. They're not going to do nothing to this man the way that they're going to do this to this man. What I think, it's only one of two things. Because I'm trying to figure out why even black people are still supporting this man. Like, I got into an argument with a dude the other day who just called me weird and uninformed and all this shit without knowing my background or without asking me any questions. He just said all this shit. He's like, oh, I can't wait until 45 is president again. I'm like, bro, do you know that these things are not okay? You know, things that you say to me too, we have to re-examine what we're saying and the languages that we're using, right? the lexicon that we're using, we have to re-examine it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned to me, if someone is somewhere, they're scheduled to be there.
Uh-huh.
A sickness or a drug is called a schedule.
Okay.
And there's so many other things that are, your work schedule is called your work schedule. There's called these things. An appearance by a public figure is scheduled to be there. It has what's called an itinerary, a time for all these things. Someone or something, I don't know if you want to call it the Most High, if you want to refer to it as Kyler Davenport does as a substrate, if you want to refer to it as Kyler says, we're living in a complex simulation, recreating another simulation is what we're doing, then these things are scheduled. And when we say these things, it means it's not a coincidence, it's an occurrence. Understanding the difference between these two is everything moving forward. Like, that's everything moving forward, because then you realize the writing's already on the wall. What they're telling you is they're not going to book him. They showed you video of El Chapo, dude. They showed you, as far as we know, El Chapo was here. This is this thing. Maybe he escaped from prison. Maybe this happened. They're showing us what they want us to see. And the ones that are smart enough of us to realize these discrepancies are going to comment on it, but it's going to be so unbelievable that no one's going to say anything or do anything. Well, not even say anything, but do anything about it. And even worse, we're not going to be able to do anything about it. There's not much that we can do about it at this rate. So with that being said, again, I just noticed the saturation was off in the picture, and I'm examining these other things in comparison to these things, and I go by the rule of if 3 or 4 people say something collectively, that means that thing is true.
Uh-huh.
It's not an occurrence. If you see gang stalking is real, let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a room and felt like 4 or 5 people in that room talked about you and said something about you that they all know between themselves, but they're not saying it to you, but they know that when you're in that room? Have you ever been in a situation like that before?
Real shit.
This is the thing. We live in this reality. Well, I would like you to answer the question first before I continue on.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in that type of situation?
For real. Yeah.
Can you describe that situation that you've been in and how you felt in that situation?
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't, to be honest, I don't really have the words to describe it, but I'm going to tell you like this. I will will never forget the feeling. I will never forget that feeling. That was the feeling that feeling was the most, it was like, how your nerves warns you about something when something, when you get, well, this kind of sense is like, it draws your energy. It sinks it's almost like it's.
Are you familiar with what precognition is?
Precognition. What does that mean?
So precognitive abilities refers to the human instinct to know something before it happens. A better definition, which I'll get to you right now. Precognition. Foreknowledge of an event, especially foreknowledge of a paranormal kind. The preliminary examination of witnesses, especially to decide whether there are grounds for a trial. So basically, precognitive refers to your ability to be able to know something beforehand. And it also refers to the data that Yeshua in the Bible says there's a synagogue of serpents around, and we will know fake people or these fake stories that we're being told aren't real, and something won't settle right in your spirit with these things. And you'll feel like that buzzing around you. You know what I'm talking about? You'll feel that, because if you've been in a situation like that, you know what I'm talking about. You'll feel that buzzing around you, like the day that I got a pistol pulled on me. You want to talk about who did that? The day I got a pistol pulled on me, I knew something was going to happen before it happened. Like, I knew a couple seconds something was going to happen before it happened. With this trial, that's what I'm watching. Now, the two stories that I think is either maybe 45 really is attempting to do something good for the populace. I'm not going to rule that out yet. Or he is connected to a lot of elite, if you will, reptilian, because even if they're not real reptilians, or not, their DNA is different, their hearts are different. These are very wicked men. X-Ray mentions this on his album, Recurring Hell, where he says, look at their wrinkled faces, growing, not smiling in every picture, being hardcore in every picture. Look at these pictures. I've learned and trained my mind to look at these data and understand what's happening. I realize, because I have security, intel, specialists, directors, things of that in my circle that we talk about these things consistently, I've realized the narratives that they're pitching at us. And I don't know, again, the answer, and we're going to keep saying that until we get the answer. I don't know the answer to these things. But I do know the people biblically crucified Jesus and allowed Barabbas, which is a person like 45 potentially, because again, I'm not going to, make that a caveat until I say, all right, this is enough data to prove this is what this is, which we may never find, dude. We may never find that. But within that being said, Jesus was crucified, Barabbas was set free, bro. Look at these things, dude. And look at the way that these things are directed. Gunner was set free. Slime is locked up right now. I have an issue personally with Young Thug because of the Spice in Your Life Up issue. If you have questions about what Spice in Your Life Up is, ask me in this episode later, or ask me in another episode and we'll refer to it. But I have a problem with that, and I have a problem with how homosexuality is being weaponized and pushed on our communities and things of this nature, and how quote-unquote hip-hop is dying because of these things, right? I have these issues with the world and how politically things are being handled. So, again, some just didn't sit right, bro. And I'm watching these narratives, and I'm realizing it's not a game, bro, buddy. It's not a game. We're getting paid. You know, as a marketer, advertiser, what our real job is?
What's that?
Our real job is to lie to people and to make things look better than they are. You know that?
Okay.
If you're trying to make money in marketing and advertising, that's what you're doing. I'll give you a specific example, right?
All
you
right.
ever seen a club flyer?
Yeah.
And there's this hot chick on a club flyer, and then when you go to the club, none of them chicks look like that. It's just a bunch of chicks that fucking eat hot chips and want to fight.
Okay.
They don't look like that flyer model. None of these girls look like the flyer model except the ones that are pushing. The vendor girls look like that flyer model, maybe. The rest of them don't.
Code Red.
This is proof of how the simulation is being pushed upon us. This is proof of the narratives we're being fed.
Red, I got a question for you. What do you think about this 2024 re-election for Trump? Do you think that he's going to win? Do you think he won't win? Do you think he should or he shouldn't get the position?
I think people are sick of Biden because really what has been done. We're going to have to go into that in a different episode about Biden and policies and things of this nature. And we're going to have to cover it over there with Kyler on the Salt and Pepper Show. That's on 6 p.m. PST, if I can plug that. And you're invited there tonight, too. I want to invite everybody over there tonight and have everybody listen to what we're talking about, right? A president is just a figurehead. It's just a space used to occupy a field where we tell people, oh, things are going to be okay because there's this one person that's in control enough to make things okay. But that's not true. I feel like if he gets elected, white supremacy will grow in this nation, which has already been happening. I feel that he emboldened an insurrection, which BLM, even though they were infiltrated and all this other shit, right? They were, how do you say these things? They were basically hung for being on those steps. They were told, get out away from here or we'll shoot you. They fucking let these people run into there on January 6th, and they're slowly, like, taking these people. If it was us, dude, we would be locked the fuck up somewhere, dude. $20K for Trump. I said it. The program would work. Trump, $20K for 45 is nothing. A $200,000 bond. He free, bro. He kicking it. He out here. If it was anybody else, dude, look at it. Doug is locked up. Who else is locked up? Tory Lanez is locked up. He ain't never getting out. Well, he's getting out, but like a decade later, you know, and there's still circumstantial evidence in that case. And in the United States, if something is circumstantial, we're not supposed to let that decision ride until we have enough data to run it through the analytic process. Again, data isn't called intel until it's ran through an analytic process.
I see.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, it's all a dog and pony show. That's really what you want to call it. Are you familiar with that term, dog and pony show? Do you think I should read that definition to people?
All right.
I'll go ahead and read it. Dog and pony show. An elaborate display or presentation, especially as part of a promotional campaign. Nowadays, the word promotion, advertisement, things of this nature, that's just toxic as fuck, yo. It's not okay. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that bad like that? Because we promote the wrong things. We advertise the wrong things. How many times do you see a commercial for something healthy?
You don't.
How many times do you see a commercial for McDonald's which is killing people?
I was told that there's a lot of foolishness on the commercials.
Pretty much, period. Yeah, you're laughing, but it's some RNS. You know, I want to be careful with my lexicon. I want to say certain things. It's some RNS. We are things that are occurring, dude. It's not a game, and we have to figure out how are we going to monetize so that we can stay away from basically going outside. Because right now, every second you spend outside, that shit is toxic. It'll kill you in one form or another. If it don't get you physically, it's going to get you mentally or spiritually. Unfortunately, we have to stay away from people, dude, and things. And we have to stay away from the kill zones that we're in. How many people are in California going about their daily life right now after a 5.1 earthquake, I think, and that storm Hillary that hit us, right? How many people are going about their day willy-nilly, not realizing what will happen if California separates from its landmass? The tectonic plates are either purposefully manipulated or a natural disaster. You know, see, I say unnatural disasters. We talk about that in the answer, the EP, upcoming EP hosted by Money Brick Boys. We talk about that. Unnatural disaster. These things, how many people are here walking around willy-nilly, not realizing what's going to happen, and that a piece of Japan is missing? Like a piece of the landmass is missing. So that's proof that these things are going to happen. there's a lot of people talking about, or it's a lot of people talking about this, but it's also a lot of people that are just willy-nilly going about their day, not realizing that we're in the kill zone of Yellowstone, earthquakes in California, poverty everywhere, infirmities, all these things, dude. Just not realizing. And then when some shit happened, oh my gosh, it's bad. We're gonna see a growth of the elite, a further growth of the elite. And in the words of Kyler Davenport, all the rest of us, unless we figure out how to monetize our platforms, and we just get paid to do this, what we're doing right here, right now, we're gonna be eating shit sandwiches for the rest of our fucking natural born lives, dude. And it's not accidental. It's not. So that's how I feel about that. Do I think maybe Kanye should run? Maybe. Or find somebody else. But do I think even if they did, would they be impactful enough to make some of the decisions that needs to happen, break people off like how they did with the PPP loans, do things like that? No, I don't think that's going to happen.
I see.
I don't. I think they're going to starve, and it's going to be the Hunger Games out here, man. It's going to be the Hunger Games out here. It already is. It's just going to get worse. When does it get better? Because in America, we don't Band-Aid, or excuse me, we don't cure ailments, we Band-Aid symptoms. And not many of us are putting too many actions behind what we're doing. Even this, I'll speak to you, this is your platform, man. But after this show, what action items are we going to do that's going to make us monetize ourselves? We were talking about Warren Buffett yesterday on Salt and Pepper, right? Warren Buffett, or even Rudy Giuliani, too. What these guys do is they drive around in their limos and they make calls and they have gangs of money fucking transferred. Trump, again, the programming worked, but 45 had fucking the supporters outside of the jail. He had people raising funds already for his bail. Dude had enough money to get his own bail, and he still has motherfuckers out here raising funds like he's poor, dude. Meanwhile, healers like Dr. Sebi, crucified, dead in jail, dude. A healthy man, dead, killed, gone. A man that was curing sicknesses, dude. Gone, dead. Like, how we gonna fix it? What's the answer? Shameless plug king. What's the answer?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That part. Hey, so before we wrap this up, because we only got we're running out of time. But that's it for the mugshot posted on Real Donald Trump's wall on Instagram on August 24th, 2023. The election interference. No disrespect to nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? You're listening to my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, The J Blue Show, and my special guest, MC Kode. That's Kode. Kode, can you tell us where we can find your music and find you on social media?
Right now, the music isn't out unless you search My Child by Kodered on SoundCloud, where there's a host of songs on there. By November 2nd, the answer will be on all platforms, hosted by Money Brick Boys. And right now I'm building my TikTok, which is Red Summer 59 on TikTok. And then I can be found Monday through Friday on the Salt and Pepper Show, which I can leave the details with J Blue Radio, who will be invited over there tonight, 6 p.m. PST, Monday through Fridays, as a co-host.
All right. Thank you, Kode. Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back after these messages. You guys have a great time. All right. Peace.